to hear from you. I'm like, I am so sorry.
Oh, I didn't know she wasn't
My
going to
bad.
be here anymore. The other Kelly's not coming back
Oh,
anymore?
the other Kelly's not coming. Okay.
Oh, no, that's right. Kelly had a work conflict
Okay.
last minute.
Okay.
But
And
she's
then-
still on the board?
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay.
And I haven't heard back from Rosemary.
We're on.
Or what?
Okay.
I mean, we have a quorum now, so.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
okay.
we're on.
And we're on. Calling to order the Library Advisory Board of the City of Clearwater. It's our pleasure to be with all of you today. And I'm Donna Dennis, Chair of the Library Board, and I'd like to take a moment, first of all, to introduce the members of the board, and I'm going to start at this end with Loretta Mitchell. Would you introduce yourself, tell us what part of Clearwater you live in, and why you wanted to be on the Library Advisory Board?
Sure will. Good morning, my name is Loretta Mitchell, and I live in Clearwater, of course. I live in the Clearwater Country Club Estate, right over by the golf course, on
Okay.
Drew and Betty Lane in that area. I absolutely have such a passion for reading and learning and teaching. I'm a master gardener. I like to host workshops where I teach people how to grow and how to preserve and how to do all of the fun things in their yards. So I'm just happy to be here. I had the pleasure this past November of hosting my first graduation class out at Clearwater East Library back in November, which turned out to be a huge success. So I'm happy to be here.
Thank you, thank you. And our newest member, Tanya Landry.
Yes, I'm Tanya Landry. I live in Clearwater, of course. I live in Island Estates, so it didn't take me too long to get here today. The reason why I wanted to join the advisory board, a long lover of libraries. Also, my husband and I owned a business that served libraries across the country. We had a product called Data Planet that we sold to university research libraries across the country. Met wonderful librarians, and then my selfish reason is because I love libraries and I love everything about libraries, and I'm passionate about making sure people in the community realize it's a community hub and there's a lot to offer here at the library. So a selfish reason and a broader reason.
Thank you. And Kelly.
I'm Kelly Malizia, former librarian for 15 years in Pinellas County. The libraries were my life. I have gone to school to learn more and more about them, and I'm just very passionate about them. So I would like to be involved in libraries for the rest of my life, and this is how I'm doing it now. So.
Hi, and I'm Donna Dennis, the Chair of the Library Advisory Board. I live on Island Way, so I'm also very close. And I'm a retired English teacher and secondary reading specialist. Words are my life. And as a teacher, I had a reputation for using the library more than any other teacher because I taught so many research classes and from the days of the old card catalog and to modern technology. And believe me, what I always told my students is, I can't teach you everything you'll ever need to know, but if you know how to use the library, every door is open to you. So that's why I'm here. So now, we will go on to approval of minutes. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll move to approve the minutes.
Thank you. Do I have a second? Second, thank you. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Very good. They are passed. Now, as I look out on our crowd, are there citizens to be heard regarding items not on the agenda? Hearing none, we'll move on to new business. All right. First of all, we have the library board schedule. I hope all of you have taken a look at the 4 dates. Obviously, this is the first meeting of the year. And by all means, if you can plan to be here, that's wonderful. If not, please keep Ms. Obermeyer posted, because oftentimes come summer we don't have a quorum. So it's good to have those on your calendar in advance. Good. Old business items, something I get asked about all the time, and I'm going to ask Jen, tell us about the Beach Library update.
I'd love to. So as many people know, or everybody knows, our beach library and rec center was severely affected by Hurricane Helene. It was flooded. So that resulted in pretty much getting rid of everything inside the rec center and the library because it was just water damaged. So, to rebuild is a process. So I've been communicating with the Parks and Rec director, Art Cater, about the timeline and process to rebuild. So right now they are going through their process of rebuilding the rec center, which of course the library is inside. So that includes drywall, electricity, flooring. So they are in that process, getting an architect, getting everything set up. Of course, this is all because of the dollar amount of repairs. It requires council approval, of course. So I believe this spring that will be presented to council for their approval to actually start the actual work of rebuilding the rec center. So during that time is our opportunity to start preparing to rebuild the library. So we will follow along with the Parks and Rec timeline as well. We have to replace everything: shelving, collection, furniture, desks, everything, computers, everything. And of course that takes some time. We are planning, and of course I need to go to council probably in mid-spring as well for approval to do that. I don't have an exact timeline. Parks and Rec hopes, pending council's approval, that the rec center will be repaired sometime in August. And I hope that we can open up during that time or maybe a little bit after. It all depends on, when we choose new furniture, how long does that take to get delivered and installed? There's so many moving parts to all this. So, we were just ordering regular furniture for one of our branches, and the furniture rep said, you're looking at 16 weeks at the minimum to get your furniture, and that was a small project. So until we select a furniture vendor for the beach library, we just don't know. I don't have a firm timeline. But what I can tell you is I am certainly proposing that we rebuild the beach library, again, pending council's approval. So hopefully by next meeting in May, I'll have a better idea of a timeline or the outcome of council's approval.
With that next meeting being in May, do you think
Yes.
that this will come before the council before then?
That's my hope.
Okay.
My target was like in April.
Okay, so
I
we
can
should be
go-
watching the
I will
council
definitely let you
agenda to
know.
see. Oh, you'll let us know?
I'll
Good,
let
good,
you
good.
know when
Because
it
it
is
would
on
be
the
a
agenda.
good idea
yeah,
for us to
Sure,
be
you
there.
show up, yeah.
So I will definitely let everyone on the board know when that date is, when I go to council for that approval. So,
Very good.
so I'm very hopeful that they will be very supportive in rebuilding, because I have gotten a lot of customer feedback, patron feedback, and resident feedback saying, when is our library going to be open? So, in the meantime, our library staff has been reassigned here at Maine. There's a Leslie Walbalt, she's the branch manager, and we have 2 part-time library assistants. So they are now working at Maine Library during this transition. We're planning on doing what we call pop-up libraries, or pop-up service, and going out into the beach library maybe 2 days a week, so people can pick up their holds, or we'll bring out, a cart of new popular materials that people can check out. maybe some limited programming out on the beach. So we're planning on providing some service until we can reopen. But until the rec center starts their reconstruction, it's a little difficult to do that right now, but.
But I know
stay
that that
tuned.
library has a great book club.
Yes.
And
Oh.
that they meet both on Zoom and in person, and that has been ongoing, and so,
Yes, we have continued the book club here, and we also offer it virtually for people who can't come here. And then we also do, have a very active mahjong club.
yes, I know several people who've learned mahjong in the last year.
Yes.
A thing now, yeah.
Yes, so we have continued that. We just, we have that here at the main library, so we just had to relocate.
Well,
So,
on behalf of all those people, they really appreciate that the programs are ongoing.
Yes.
No matter what Mother Nature throws at us, so.
And
that's great.
I had a couple questions.
Yeah, by all
So,
means.
Jen, do you know the projected, the cost for the replacement, total cost for the rec center and the library? Are there any figures that you have, that they have given you?
I don't know, for the rec center, I don't know a final cost for the repairs.
Okay.
The library, I don't have an exact amount. I know what I submitted. But until we start getting with like furniture reps and
Right.
everything and start getting exact pricing, I don't know an exact price. I will say it will be costly.
Oh, yeah.
Gee.
No doubt.
And,
I was
and,
trying to get an idea of how much.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I don't want to throw a number out there and be
Sure.
wrong, but it will be costly. You know, the city, for any storm damage, Helene, Debbie, Milton, they apply for FEMA reimbursement. So that is being done. And also the city has insurance.
Good.
So we don't even know, you know, we just submitted that
Right.
recently. So we don't know what, the city doesn't know what they're going to get reimbursed from FEMA, insurance. So
Yeah.
there's so many nebulous.
There's a lot of variables.
There are.
And so for the city, I'm guessing they are rebuilding, looking at how to be able to sustain another storm without damage. I mean, I'm guessing that the architects are planning on what materials or what else they could do so that you decrease the impact of future storms if you're going to
Yeah.
build in that area?
That would be a question for the Parks and Rec director or the Parks and Rec board, because I would assume they are.
Yeah.
I just don't know exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
So-
I just had one other thing for, whenever it goes to council, I think it would be great for the Library Advisory Board, but also if there are friends of the library and everybody to show up and perhaps wear a certain color or a pin or something, so they look out there and they see that there's this groundswell of support for what you're proposing to council.
I love it. I second that idea.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
So I will keep everyone updated, all our stakeholders updated on
Great.
when we get that on the agenda for the city council. So that's the beach update.
Okay, thank you so much. Now, we go right into the director's report, and you've got a whole long list of
We
items.
do
So,
have a long
hit it,
list.
Jen.
All right, let's start off with budget preparation. So this is the time of year that we start preparing for fiscal year 25/26 budget. So, and that is a process too. We do it in pieces. So we start in January and February and work on one piece, and then we, March and April, work on another piece. Typically, it's finalized internally around May-ish, and then it always goes to council in July for a first look. And then they have the opportunity to react, and ask questions and whatnot. So we are in the process of doing that. In December, all department directors were given the assignment for a 5% and 10% reduction.
Ooh.
So every director submitted that 5 and 10%. So the city council had a special budget strategy meeting last Thursday. It is on YouTube if you'd like to watch it. It was at the Morningside Rec Center. It's a very high-level discussion, but they were given a list of proposed cuts, reductions. For the library, we are looking to realign some of our library operating hours. For example, Countryside, we're proposing to eliminate Sunday hours at the Countryside Library as part of the reductions. In addition, the main library will probably be going to Monday through Friday, so we will lose Saturday hours here at the main library.
Rats.
Yeah. So with our hours reductions, it does mean a reduction in staffing.
No.
So this is all just last week, it has been presented to us. So we're working through that. We're not filling vacancies as they happen.
Yeah.
We have 2 positions that are vacant right now we are not filling. So we're working through that.
That's too bad.
But our hours will be changed definitely by October 1st. Everywhere else, East and North Greenwood, their hours will remain the same.
Okay.
And of course, Beach, their hours will be the same if they reopen.
Okay. Okay.
So,
That is difficult news for
Yeah.
us to hear.
yeah.
Any questions on that? Okay, let's go on to human resources relocation to main library.
Yeah, I just want to let you know, so I'm sure you've heard our municipal services building is being renovated along with our new city hall that they already broke ground and they're working on constructing that. So in order to renovate the municipal services building, they had to get many departments relocated within the city. So we are the happy hosts, and I do say that because they're a wonderful department, and we're happy to have them here at the main library. Our human resources department has relocated to our main library. So they're primarily on the 3rd floor and the 4th floor. So about, I think, maybe 23 of their staff members, their entire department came over here. So they'll be here until the new city hall opens. I think that's anticipated to be a 2-year process. So they will be here until the new city hall opens.
Is there office space for them on those floors?
We made office space. For
Okay, very good, very good. Okay.
Funny how that works.
So we're happy to have them here. And of course, when the new city hall opens up, Chambers, where we're sitting now, that'll be in the new city hall. So we'll get our big room back for our citizens to reserve. So I just wanted to let everyone know, the board know that they are here, and we're happy they're here. So,
Okay, thank you.
Great team.
Comic-Con?
Our Comic-Con, our annual Comic-Con,
Yes.
this is probably our 8th or 9th year. It's always extremely successful. It's a family-friendly, free program that we do every year. And so what we've been doing, because we've always had it at our main library, and we've just outgrown the space. So we have been rotating it with the rec centers. So last year we had it, or 1 year we had it at Ross Norton Rec Center. Last year we had it at the North Greenwood Rec Center. This year we're having it at the Countryside Rec Center.
Okay.
So that will be Saturday, March 15th. All day.
Wonderful.
It's always a great program. People love their comic books and manga, and we have vendors and performers and costume contests and lectures, and it's just a great day. And again, it's family friendly, and so it's a program for all ages. So it's
Excellent.
a great program. Very proud of that.
Okay, now going on to Main Library,
Library.
Museum, and/or Cultural Organization, RFP.
Yes, so the city council is very interested in looking to see if a museum or cultural organization would like to have space inside this library, the main library. So this was brought up during a CRA meeting, Community Redevelopment Agency, downtown. This was brought up, I think, in November to City Council. They are very supportive in looking to see if there are any museums or cultural organizations interested in having a presence in the main library. So the CRA and we worked together to draft a request for proposals, an RFP. I think last week, the final draft went to the City Council for their approval. And they're hoping, the CRA is hoping to release that to the world very soon. The RFP will be open for 4 months, and during that period, organizations can submit proposals for this initiative. So we don't know, it depends on the organization and how much space they would like. So we'll just have to see the proposals that we get. And then, of course, this needs city council approval. So we'll get the proposals, we'll have an internal staff review and recommendation to city council.
It'll be very
We'll keep
interesting
you
to see who
updated.
responds to the
Yes,
RFP.
it will be.
So-
It will
So
be.
if any of you are involved with other local cultural organizations or museums, keep that in mind, if they'd like to be located here. Okay.
So we'll keep you updated.
Hotel on the Bluff.
Hotel on the Bluff, so they finalized the closing for the hotel that will be on the bluff, which is the grass area right outside our front doors. So they closed at the end of 2024 on that agreement. I don't know if you've noticed when you came in today, they've been drilling in our parking lot for testing, soil testing. I'm not an engineer, so, but they've been drilling in our parking lot in preparation of the construction. I do not have a timeline right now of when construction will begin. Again, I will keep the board updated when I do. And I don't know how long construction is going to take.
How will it impact library parking?
Yeah, good
Always an
question.
issue.
Yes.
Always an issue.
It will have an impact on
Oh,
our.
no doubt.
I'm sorry, is it a Hilton property? I think.
Yes, it's, I heard it's one of their boutique hotels. I don't remember the name of it, but it's a smaller boutique hotel. So it will have an impact on our parking.
Okay. So we're looking at keeping available the extra lot across the street that I believe we
Hopefully.
rent right now?
I have not heard differently.
Okay, I'm just checking because we've gone through this before where we've had a loss of parking
Oh,
and inadequate parking for the main library.
yeah.
And I would sort of like the city to explain why. And I really think it's important for them to have regard for adequate parking. This is a well-used library with all sorts of programs going on all the time, not to mention the city bringing in people for the various meetings, so, and parking downtown's getting tougher all
Yeah.
the time. We know that, because all of us come to things down here. So that remains a concern. So let's all keep an eye on
Yeah.
that, I think.
The hotel has a formal agreement with the city to provide parking for city staff, which would include library staff and any other city staff members. So that's 50 spaces in the hotel,
That's good.
so,
So they will be building a parking structure?
yes,
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
for city
Yeah,
staff.
the difficulty, I think, is going to be during the construction process, because you'll have additional workers, plus library staff, plus library users,
Yeah.
and it's like, less parking. So that
Yeah.
is a consideration. All right, let's continue on to the main library art exhibit.
Yes, so as you know,
Stretching
we
through.
partner with the Clearwater Arts Alliance. They are fantastic. They have brought in so many great art exhibits. Right now, what is the art exhibit that is up is, I forget the name of it, but it will be coming down soon.
Oh,
It
okay.
was just a 3-week transition, and then they will be putting up another art exhibit that I think will be open up for like 3 months. But it's just a great partnership with them, and people do come to the library, and they're, like I've said this before, there's such synergy between libraries and museums and art. So we're really happy to have them in the space, in the art gallery space.
Do you also partner with Creative Pinellas at the Florida Botanical Gardens? That, the separate organization that's Create
We do,
Pinellas?
yeah. And then they do like art walks,
Mm-hmm.
and we're part of
Yeah,
that.
down
so-
at the Heritage Center. Yeah. mhm.
Yeah.
Is Clearwater Arts Alliance considering creating a museum space here in the library?
I don't know.
I wonder if they'd be in,
I don't know.
want to throw their hat in the ring.
They were notified about
Okay.
this concept and this RFP
Mhm.
that will be coming out, so
Maybe so.
I don't know. See,
Okay, so stay tuned.
yes.
All right, tell us about the North Greenwood Night at the Library.
One of my favorites.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Every February in honor of Black History Month, we have Night at the Library at our North Greenwood Library, and we are having ours on the Friday the 21st. I hope I have that right. The 21st, so it's right around the corner. We have a whole evening planned, so if you want to put that on your calendar, you want to, I can send you all the agenda. It's just a great community event. I enjoy it every year, so I'm glad that and we partner with various partners in the community. So again, it's just a great community event, so I just want to let you know, put it on your calendars. Like I said, it's right around the corner.
Yes.
It snuck up on us very quickly. So we're just happy to be able to do that again this year.
Good.
So
And sticking with North Greenwood, the mural and building updates?
I am excited to announce our North Greenwood Library is getting a new, an actual mural on the front facade
Oh, nice.
entrance.
Nice.
It is gorgeous. I believe the artist will be here in March, and probably take about 4 or 5 days to actually complete the mural. But it's really just going to be such a visual enhancement,
Yeah.
and really let people know that this is the North Greenwood Library, and it's going to be gorgeous. And I'm sure you've seen all the other murals
Yeah.
that the city is around the park and other areas of the city. And I'm just so happy that this is our first library to get a mural.
Oh, that's
Terrific.
So looking forward.
Do you know who the artist is?
I do, but his name escapes me. But I can definitely follow
Oh,
up
that's
with you.
fantastic. And Krista does such a great job there.
Yeah.
She's such a great job at that library.
Hero.
Yeah.
She does.
Yes, and it's been so wonderful
can
to see
update the board
so
on-
much more city art. Wherever you go
All
now,
around,
you go,
yeah.
oh, that's new, that's new.
It's awesome.
Just
Wonderful.
making notes here.
All right, main library closures, graduation of, oh, did you have more on that?
Yes, and building updates. So,
Oh.
the North Greenwood Library was opened a year after this library, so 2005. And we've done incremental upgrades, but it needs some TLC. So we are planning to redo the restrooms and the public restrooms. The lobby flooring needs to be redone, so we are planning to do that. And then also, we're getting new furniture for the North Greenwood Library, a new computer carrels, new chairs, new desks. So we're upgrading the furniture and the equipment. So it's a big upgrade and much needed. It's showing its age. And so, like I said, we were doing incremental upgrades, but now we're doing a much larger upgrade. And we're hoping to get that scheduled during the time the muralist is here, because we may have to close the building for a week or two
Oh, okay.
while all this is going on. But we're hoping, again, a lot of moving parts, getting this all together, but we're hoping to do it all at once, so to reduce the impact on our services. But
Are you thinking then of after the improvements are made and the mural's done, having a big splashy grand opening event?
yes.
Or
Yeah.
grand reopening?
Yeah. Oh,
And let's
nice.
get some media attention on it,
Yes.
and
Yes.
that would be wonderful.
And maybe a little improvement with that landscaping there, Jen.
Yes,
North Greenwood.
yes.
It could use a little love.
Yeah.
It could use Loretta's love as the
Oh,
master
that's what we
gardener.
need. Yes, she's our
Master
master
gardener
gardener.
at that library. She could make it
Come
pop.
up with a plan.
She could make it pop.
landscaping is part of
There
our
you go.
plans, so.
If you're doing everything else, you're gonna have the grand opening. You want a little pop in that landscape.
That's right.
Yes.
Yes,
You're gonna have people that
absolutely.
come out with cameras.
Oh, that'd be
Wanna have some pretty
terrific.
We need some-
flowers, Loretta?
What they call like curb appeal.
Yes,
Curb
yeah,
appeal.
definitely, definitely.
So we are working on
We'll
that.
all
as well.
donate a pot of something.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Good.
That sounds awesome.
Yes.
Okay, are we done with the North Greenwood?
Yes, we are. We're done.
Okay, very good. Main library closures, graduation at Baycare Sound, and Sea Blues Festival.
Yes. So I'd just like you to be aware of when we have to close for outside factors. So as you know, the Tropicana field was damaged. Was it Helene or Milton? It was Milton.
I think it was
Milton,
The roof.
Milton took the
Everything.
roof off.
So they would hold many high school and college graduations there.
Oh, yeah.
So they needed to find a new location. So an obvious one was the Baycare Sound. So in May, we will be closing for 3 consecutive days. They will be holding 4 graduations per day.
Wow.
Starting at 7:30 in the morning. I think the last one is into the evening.
I'll avoid this area.
Yeah, good to know.
Talk about parking.
So we have the parking challenge, and then they also use this library as kind of like the lineup for students and preparation. So we will be closing, and I didn't write down the dates for this meeting, but I believe it's the 3rd week in May. We will be closing 3
Okay,
days.
and we will
It's a
publicize
Wednesday.
that
Yes,
far
oh,
and
absolutely.
wide.
I know
in
the
advance.
28th is one of them.
Oh, so maybe it's the
Oh,
4th
okay.
week, yes. Because the 3rd week is Memorial Day, correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
usually May 31st-ish is Memorial Day, right?
Oh, okay, so it's a week.
I know it's closed the 28th.
28th, yes. There you go.
Yeah.
It's a Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Yeah,
Okay.
There you
Will
go.
be closed.
28th, 29th.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
28, 29, 30.
Yes.
Thank you.
And then the other closure is we have the Sea Blues Festival coming up in March. And Saturday, March 1st, we will need to close because of the Sea Blues Festival. I believe the doors open at noon. It's a very popular festival.
Yes.
So we will need to close to the public on the 1st.
And is the festival, are they using the sound, or are they just, I thought I read somewhere they were just using the lawn, is that correct?
I don't know. You could be correct.
I hope
I
that's
don't know
not
for
right.
sure.
But, because that, they did that, you know, for the jazz, but that got
Yes.
canceled for the
Yes.
hurricanes, but it was planned for the lawn and not the sound, which
Yeah.
I have a lot of questions about for the city council.
Yeah.
No, I had not heard
But
that.
I think that's the same for the Sea Blues Festival.
Yeah, I don't know the details. I mean, that'd be a question for Parks and Recreation or
Okay.
the Parks and Recreation Board or the City Council if you want to reach
Yeah.
out to them. I
Okay.
don't know the details.
Yeah, check the Parks and Rec website, they might have more
Yeah.
information.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
do have that mobile stage I've seen them put down in the
Yes.
green.
Right.
They had an event there,
On the
yeah,
green,
Right.
yeah.
that I went to, yeah.
Weird, though.
But they should, I would assume they'd be releasing the lineup and the plans, the schedule
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah, I think I've seen it advertised.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Very
so I
good.
just want to let you know that, you know, we will need to close.
Mhm.
for that.
Understood.
So.
Okay, and Staff Development Day.
Well, we had it scheduled the week of Milton. So we had to cancel, obviously. So we have rescheduled our Staff Development Day for Monday, March 24th. So we will be closed to the public on that Monday. It will be held here at the main library. And part of the day, our strategic plan has expired. Our library's strategic plan has expired. So we have someone coming in to help facilitate working through developing a new strategic plan. So we have someone coming in who does this for a living. So he will be here on our Staff Development Day to help get staff input and go through this exercise. And again, you know, developing a strategic plan, many parts. So we do have plans to reach out to our stakeholders for input, our citizens for input. So it is a plan, you know, a process to develop a new strategic plan. But so this is the first kickoff, the first piece of this plan. So I just want to let the board know that we're having Staff Development Day, and this is part of the day, is the morning.
Now, will that entail all the libraries being closed?
Yes.
Okay, so
I'm
all
sorry,
the
I didn't
libraries are
mention that.
closed on
Yes.
March
All of
24th.
our libraries will be closed on Monday, March 24th. Typically, in October, we do it on Columbus Day, which is not a city holiday, but it's a holiday for some municipalities and some, businesses close. So it's just an easier day for people to, we may be closed. But again, Milton really altered that plan, so. And then each year per our interlocal with our PPLC, we have Staff Development Day. We alternate every 2 years. So next year, it'll be a countywide Staff Development Day. But this year, it's all municipalities within PPLC do their own Staff Development Day. So this year, it's ours.
All right. Any questions on that? All right, spring programs.
We always have a wonderful, we're always doing regular programs like our story times and toddler times and our maker programs. I just want to highlight some of the big programs, that we have during the spring, which is, we do Easter egg hunts and do stuff for Easter. Day of the Book, Day of the Child, which is a Hispanic-focused program in April. So we do that every year. And then we just do a lot of outreach programs. So if there's a community event, we have our outreach team participate. And I don't know if you saw when you walked in today, a bicycle or book
saw
bike
it.
that I tried to
Yeah.
show you last meeting.
Very cool.
And actually, we had an artist, a muralist, paint the box. So they've taken it out to some community events already. I know for Martin Luther King breakfast and celebration,
Yes.
we were in the park with the bike.
Yep.
So we plan on bringing it out. Fortunately, we can't go too far on the bike.
Does she have a name yet?
No, in fact, so we had a contest for the
Oh.
citizens to vote on a name, and I just saw an email this morning. They have gotten a lot of submissions, so now our staff will be voting on a name for our book bike. So stay tuned. We'll have a
Very
name
good.
soon.
Very
So,
good.
It was a
All right.
great little contest.
And holiday closures.
Yep, just want to say, for Easter, it is not a city holiday, but because it falls on a Sunday. But our Countryside Library who is open on Sundays, so we always close for Easter on Sundays. So Countryside will be closed for Easter again this year. And then right around the corner, we have President's Day on the 17th. And that is a city holiday, Monday, so we will be closed for President's Day.
Okay. All right. And what's happening with the Friends of the Clearwater Library?
Friends of the library, well, we've been getting so many donations. We have been for years. So they continue to have, our book nooks. Here we have a store. At our other libraries, we have areas, Friends of the Library books sale areas. So their friends are constantly refreshing and adding books from donations. Some of our really pristine discards we give to the friends for them to sell. So they're very active in refreshing those areas, and people buy the books, and they're really great prices. And the friends are always so generous to us, so they give us money for programming. This year they funded the Employee of the Month and Employee of the Year. So we're just very grateful for their generosity and fundraising. I don't think they have a book sale planned.
I wondered about
But
that.
that doesn't mean that there won't be one this year. They just don't have one planned
Okay. Book
right
sale
now.
not planned yet. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. And what's happening with the foundation?
Library Foundation, they're not very active at the moment. But I believe they had a meeting in December. So they're not doing any fundraising. Normally, the foundation focuses on large capital campaign, and we don't have a big project on the books right now. But they do give us money annually for programming. So they have been giving us some funding to support our programming. So again, very generous, and I'm very grateful for their support, their ongoing support. So,
Very good, very good.
yeah.
And I know that you can donate to the foundation right online.
Yes, and also our friends, and they have an
Right.
email, and it's on our website under the Friends of the Clearwater Library. We got them an email, so people who want to become members or donate, they can actually email, and that goes right to the board members, and they can donate if they so desire.
Very good,
So,
because I do believe that the services of the library are so vast and superior that I know a lot of the public is happy to support the work done here. So I always want to tell the public, donate to
Yes.
us. You can do
That's
that.
what I always say. Yeah.
And all the money comes back to the library.
Exactly,
And we do-
exactly.
We are so grateful. and-
Wonderful.
yes.
All right, now to my fellow board members, do any of you have any issues you wish to raise today? All right, hearing none, then at, what is the time? We will now adjourn.